Welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Craven. All right, so it's been requested and asked that I do the update for the Plaquebringer, which is my Stamina Nightblade build. I really like this build. It's one of my favorite range builds to play in Elder Scrolls. This is a bow build. And with the changes to Summerset, it's even become a lot more viable and giving you a lot different options as far as rotations and things. And I'll be getting into that with this video today. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I've already stated this is a bow build, so the stats aren't going to change too much, but I'll give you both sides. Okay, you're going to see max magicka at 10,123. That is important, actually. Maximum health, 1985. Maximum stamina, 32,090. Weapon damage, 2403. Weapon crit, 48.1. Keep in mind, you will need potions to get your major brutality and your major savagery. All right, so just a heads up. To the left, you're going to go ahead and see everything's been allocated into stamina. We are using the Lover Mundus. This is very important with this build. And we're using max health and max stamina food. If you want to go recovery, you can. Keep in mind, though, your health will drop. Okay. All right. With that being said, let's go to the other side. And you're going to see that really only thing that changes is max stamina increases and weapon damage 21. Okay. And our resistance, try to even that out as much as possible. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the sets here. For those who aren't familiar with the Plaquebringer, we're going to be using the Asylum's bow. Now, this is imperfect. If you get the perfect, cool deal. But this is imperfect. Okay, what does the Asylum Bow do? When you deal damage with arrow spray, you cause enemies hit to take 45% more damage from the direct damage from portion of your next type, scatter shot, or poison arrow within the arrow used within 6 seconds. Okay, really nice. Then we're going to be using the Swamp Raiders set. Okay, so this is Nirnholm with increase. Your Asylum Bow, ideal. Swamp Raider Bow, Nirnholm with a poison glyph. Now, what's Swamp Raider do? It gives me crit, gives me weapon damage, gives me stamina. When I deal damage with a magical ability, my poison and disease damage abilities gain an additional 434 weapon damage for 10 seconds. Oh yeah, I love this set. Okay, we're going to be using Krog's Heavy Visage Head. We don't want the set because we're using the Ophidian, the Poisonous Serpent set. So we don't need a monster proc. We need the stats from monster sets. With that being said, we're using the Krog's Heavy Divine. This is all Divine, so this is a 5-1-1 config. We need all Divine because we're using the Lover Mundus. We need that penetration. This is Divine, max stamina. The Krog's is going to give us penetration. We need that pen. We're going to use the Ophidian set. The Ophidian set's giving us stamina, weapon damage, stamina. When I deal damage with a light or heavy attack against an enemy who already has a poison damage ability on them, I have a 50% chance to deal an additional 4,330 poison damage. This can happen every second. It is the fastest proc set in the game that doesn't compromise your stat pool. It is insanely fast. For a light, if you're going to weave a lot, this just keeps applying. So it's really nice, and I don't have to compromise stats to do it. That's why I like it. That's why I really, really like it. I can up the stats, get it to proc every second. Okay. So, Fitting Jacket of Venom, Poisonous Serpent, Divine, Max Stamina Ideal, Velodreth, Epilots, Health, Light, Divine. Why? Weapon damage. Ophidian Belt of Venom, glyphed max health, divine. Ophidian Bracers of Venom, glyphed health, divine. Ophidian Guard of Venom, divine, max stamina. Ophidian Boots of Venom, max stamina, divine. Now we have the Swamp Raiders necklace. 1 bloodthirsty increase. And 2 infused. Oh, sorry. 1 infused recovery and 1 robust recovery. Okay? So only 1 infused. The other one's robust. All right. So with that being said, let's get into the skills and I'll give you your options here. Primary bar. Keep in mind we are using the Sanctum. bow. So we need acid spray. This is a dot, okay? So I don't have to keep spamming this. But it's going to do what? Apply poison, right? Remember, I'm using the Ophidian, the Poisonous Serpent set. Want to apply poison. I'm going to use Crushing Weapon, right? Because I'm weaving constantly weaving. So I'm going to take advantage of this because it's going to do physical damage, but it's going to increase my light attack damage. So I want to take advantage of this. Okay, Poison Injector. Remember, when we hit this, we follow up with the Poison Injector, we get the bonus damage. Now, this is a tough call. If you need AoEs, go with Endless Hail. But if you want single target damage, yes, I'm going to tell you this. Go with Lethal Arrow. I can get 45 plus with Lethal Arrow, right? So most of the time, I don't have a finisher, right? Sometimes I'll switch things out, rotate it around, and I'll put Lethal Arrow here for like an execution phase. So that's a hard call. But if you need AoEs, remember, you have 1, you have 2, and now you have 3. You don't have to use Shadow Silk either. So, for example, if I wanted to put the Endless Hail here, I could do that. And then I could put this over here. That's going to deal more damage than a finisher. Okay, so if I wanted to keep it really fluent. All right, so also I'm going to use Relentless Focus. Why? It's going to go ahead, activate during light attacks, and it's going to deal disease damage. Remember, disease, poison, poison. Physical, poison. Okay. Now I'm going to put Flawless Dawnbreaker on this side. Why? Due to the passives in the Fighters Guild. Okay, so it's going to go ahead and give me 5% increase to weapon damage on top of the passive of 3% towards the Slayer buff. So that's 8%. A lot of people are like, it's only 3. No, while slotted, your weapon damage is increased by 5%. Add that to 3. Hey, Sylvia, I hope you're doing well. Okay, back bar. This is the Swamp Raiders. So using Swamp Raiders, I need a magical ability damage. I'm going to use Crippling Grasp to go ahead and proc that up. It's not going to deal a lot of damage. It's going to deal some, but at the same time, it's going to proc my Swamp Raiders, and it's going to give me Major Expedition. Okay? I'm going to use Power Extraction for a spammable. Why? Disease damage. I'm going to get in close and spam it. Like I said, you can go with Shadow Silk. I like it for the synergy, but if you want more damage up front, Endless Hail is still going to be very effective due to the passive in the bow and Eagle Eye, or Hawkeye. So dealing damage with light and heavy attacks increases the damage of your abilities by 5% for 5 seconds, stacking up 5 times. Okay, so that's 25%. So keep that in mind. All right, lightweight beast trap instead of rearming. Why? I'm ranged. I'm a bow build with this. The only time I want to get close is just if I'm going to spam Power Extraction. Okay, and then I'm going to use Leeching Strikes. That's going to restore health. It's going to restore stamina. Really nice. And my main ulti is Toxic Barrage. Why? Poison damage. Once again. Really, really nice. I love that setup here. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the champion points. Starting off in the Apprentice, nothing into the Apprentice. Atronach, Physical Weapon Expert, 19. Master at Arms, 56. We get 75 points, so we're going to get the passive to the Butcher. Into the Ritual, Thaumaturge, 14.14. We're dealing poison damage. Dot damage. So we want to take that up. Physical Strikes, 1208, equivalent value of the Shadow Mundus. Piercing, this is where you have to make up the rest of the bulk of your penetration. Remember, we don't have a penetration value set. So we have to hit around a 10,000 mark unless we're doing trials, and then we can afford 6, and then we can just drop the lever for the warrior. Okay, so 4,303, mighty 1208. Okay, really nice. Coming into the Steed, gaming, interesting to say at least. Yeah. Ironclad, 1602, Spell Shield, 34, Medium Armor, Focus, 35, Hardy, 37. I didn't go Vampire, but I will be. So I do recommend the Vampirism for this build. So you want to take Elemental Defender at 1301. You don't have to, but I do recommend it. Thick Skin, 611. Quick Recovery, 707. Coming into the Tower, Warlord, 23, Sprinter, 21, Tenacity, 1301. Arcanus, we're going to be using a little bit of Magicka, so we need that Magic recovery, 3.17. Mooncalf, 14%. Tumbling, 1208. And Shadow Ward, 1208. And that is how the champion points are allocated. Now, keep in mind, Swamp Raider is not going to be a reflection of Tooltip when it procs. So, as you guys can see, I'm at 25, right? Oh, that will proc it up. Okay. Let that drop off. Alright, we're good. Okay, so when I open this back up, it's 21 still. And 25. Remember, proc sets that like War Maiden or anything that's a set like War Maiden or specific like Netch or anything is not reflected in character sheet. But you're getting more, right? That is very important with this set. Swamp Raider is going to give me 434 weapon damage towards disease and poisons. That's huge. That is massive. All right, very, very important here. So when I go ahead, I can throw out the lightweight. Oh, wrong bar again. So I could go ahead, throw this out, throw the lightweight beast trap, proc this up. Oh, I forgot the minor berserk. Okay. Trying to get a crit. $17. $17. $22. And it gets a lot higher as long as everything's up. Up. 32. There's 32 without my breach. So you just got to be aware of what's going on. Alright. I didn't set this up. Just trying to get this build done. 31. Have skill points just building up. Gotcha. So this is the way it works, guys. Very, very fluent, very simple. It's an easy build. I like it because it's range. I never have to get into anything with this build. This build just works out really nice. Rotation's a little rough. I'm not going to lie to you. But what's also nice is if I'm spamming up, and you'll see that the poison from the set, that 4314. Okay. Okay, now it drops down to 3 something. So it's really nice setup. Just nice amount of weaving and stuff. Now you can get the major brutality here, but I still do recommend getting the pots. Okay, just very easy. It's a little rough, but once again, I mean, once you get everything down. $33. It's pretty. I mean, I can get 45, 50 with the arrow, so it's nuts. It deals more damage than the finisher. That lethal arrow will deal more damage than my... It's a 1.1 cast. It's really slow. I don't want to spam it up. It's not my spam. So if you don't want to use it, you don't have to, but it does hit like a freight train, especially when you have all these dots going down. Really, really nice. I also do like the Shadow Silk, but like I said, if you don't want to use it and you want to use Endless Hail, by all means, go for it. I like the lightweight beast trap. I have to recast it, but at the same time, you know, I can do it at a range. Okay. Gives me a lot of range and stuff to move. Once I hit this, I get that nice expedition. I'm moving around quite a bit. Okay, so really nice. But if anybody has any questions or comments about the build, please post below. Once again, this is one of my favorite ranged builds in Elder Scrolls. This is the Plaguebringer. And thank you for watching. And as always, have a nice day.